9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
GC copies.
Falcon 9 is on its way to delivering Bulgaria Sat-1 to a geostationary transfer orbit. All 9 Merlin engines capable of putting out over 1.7 million pounds of thrust. We are coming up on max Q at 1 minute and 18 seconds roughly. We'll be passing through max Q, that is maximum aerodynamic pressure. Just crossed through it. That is one of the highest stressed states on the rocket. So we're over 20 kilometers above the surface of Earth. You can see the engine plume expand at the base of the rocket. That is indicative that we are leaving Earth's atmosphere.
And that shows me going.
You just heard the call out that the Merlin vacuum engine on second stage has begun chilling in. This means that we are getting ready for 3 major events: main engine cutoff, MECO 1, stage separation, and second engine start. We'll talk about all 3 of them after they occur. Just saw there in quick succession was MECO main engine cutoff, followed by stage separation, which was done by 4 pneumatic actuators on the forward end of our first stage. And then on the right side of your screen, you are seeing the glowing red nozzle of our second stage engine. Glowing red nozzle on the second stage is how you can see that we have a good ignition in space. We will have fairing separation in about 15 seconds. Just happened right now. It's like a good separation of the fairing. That was a brief glimpse of Bulgaria Sat within the fairing of our second stage. This means we have left Earth's atmosphere, the majority of Earth's atmosphere. On the left side of your screen, you are seeing an image from the top of our first stage. You see 2 grid fins in the sides of that image. We use those grid fins to guide the stage through the atmosphere to the drone ship. Those grid fins do look small, but they are about 5 feet long, about 4 feet wide. So they're rather large as we use them to guide ourselves back. You are also seeing occasional puffs come out from the side of the stage. Those are our cold nitrogen thrusters that we use to help orient the stage. Now coming up in about a minute, we have our entry burn of the first stage. This is a 3-engine entry burn. For today's mission, since we are landing on the drone ship, we do not have a boost back burn. We only have an entry burn and a landing burn. 2 burns total for today's mission for the first stage. As I mentioned previously, our entry coming in for first stage is one of the highest heating and structural loads. So this is a very challenging first stage maneuver to land on our drone ship. Of course, I still love you.
Of course, I still love you as AOS.
You just heard confirmation that our drone ship has acquisition of signal, AOS, of the first stage as it's coming back.
First stage 1 entry burn is started.
This is ignition of the entry burn. This burn will last for about 20 seconds. 3-engine entry burn on the first stage on the left.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
We have a good shutdown, confirmation of a good shutdown of the first stage entry burn. Now, it is normal for us to see some of the soot appear on the camera screen. We may also occasionally lose coverage of the first stage entry as we come in through the horizon. That is all perfectly normal. This is expected to lose the signal from stage 1. We will have signal acquisition as we come closer to the drone ship. Meanwhile, you're seeing on our second stage the engine burning. This burn will last
Stage
about
1
8 minutes and 30 seconds. And then we will have a coast phase for the second stage before we do our final burn to put Bulgaria-Sat into a geostationary transfer orbit. Second stage, you hear that stage. We're coming up in about 30 seconds on our landing burn from the first stage. About 45 more seconds for this stage 2 burn.
Landing burn has started.
The confirmation of the landing burn has started.
Landing legs have deployed.
And it looks like we may have lost some of the footage coming in for the landing ship, coming in for the drone ship. We do expect to lose signal from the drone ship as we come in. If you've watched previous missions, that is not uncommon for us to lose coverage of the first stage coming back to the drone ships. The rocket vibrations coming into something like that can cause some issues. And it looks like we did have a good recovery of the first stage.
Wow.
Video feed did come back. That is touchdown for first stage on the drone ship. This was a 3-engine landing burn. Most challenging landing to date. Successfully touched back down on Of Course I Still Love You. Meanwhile, we have a good orbit for second stage. We are in a good parking orbit for second stage.
Well, what can you say? Wow.
Yeah,
it's like
really.
science fiction to think of that rocket being able to land. Now, this is another first for today because this is the second time that rocket has landed successfully, but it also landed on the West Coast the first time, the East Coast this time, and of course this is what has to happen for Elon Musk's company to eventually make some money, is they've got to be able to turn around these rockets and use them again. The cost from $62 million is what it costs to launch one of these things when everything is new. The cost of about $40 million if you're able to reuse the rockets, and they would actually get cheaper than that as soon as Elon Musk is able to retrieve the $1 billion that he spent to develop this program. And some people say, well, why are you landing vertically? Very simple, because if you want to go to Mars, it's the only way with a manned flight that you're going to be able to land there is vertically because of the density of the atmosphere. So this all has a plan in Elon Musk's mind, and again, SpaceX very successful in what it's done as they continue to launch that Bulgaria Sat-1 television signal and communication satellite for the nation of Bulgaria.